We got new photos. Epstein photos, 19 of. They're cherry-picked, whatever they are.
Does it include some of his favorite recipes?
It does. It does. It includes pictures of Clinton, Trump, Bill Gates, and on a desk when he's sitting there talking to Steve Bannon, there is a picture on the desk of what looks to be a young woman completely passed out on a couch.
Goodness.
And by passed out, I mean her legs are, one of them's on the floor and she's just kind of like, ugh. Because that's what normal people keep. Oh, my. I think what they're trying to do is because now they're saying, look, there's all kinds. I think there's pictures of Woody Allen, Richard Branson.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Well.
He's like, Woody, you don't have to marry him. But you probably shouldn't adopt him either.
Right.
Oh, God.
He only adopted her to make sure she was reserved before he could marry her.
Talk about weird, you weirdo people. There's this isn't going away anytime soon because they have until the 18th, I think, to release everything. I don't know what that means because some stuff, like you said, they could go in and say, hey, by the way, this we're going to investigate and that we're going to investigate and this and we're going to redact all these things. And the women are saying, yeah, if you ask us, we're telling you not to redact us. So some may be, but a lot they don't want. They want it all out there. But that one picture is, I mean, she is laying on, it looks to be a couch, and she is, the only thing on the couch is her stomach and her head and her arms. The legs are just on the floor. Like she's out. Oh, God, what a scumbag. What an absolute, I don't know who killed him in prison. But, I know that didn't happen. It's, again, he also didn't, at all traffic women. That's why Prince Andrew.
Only to himself.
Yeah, only to himself. And that's why the guy that used to be called Prince Andrew now lives in his brother's tool shed. Just awful. What an awful. His stuff isn't going away anytime soon. Anytime soon. And, of course, and then there's pictures of condoms, Trump condoms that says, I'm huge. What? And all kinds of wacky sex toys. And a picture of him and Woody Allen. It looks like Woody's filming a movie. And then lots of pictures of him and Steve Bannon. I think people want to know, where's all that video that Bannon filmed? Because Bannon was supposed to be getting him ready for stuff. Where's all that? Where's all those videos? And if these are just a small amount of pictures, what else is out there? Besides the videos that we already know about some of those, but there's a lot of other things out there. Oh, God. Scumbag-a-palooza. No doubt about that. And, of course, the Democrats will go, where's all they're hiding it? Of course, they're hiding it from everybody. Because that's what's going to happen. Well, I don't think we'll ever get the real story on this, not the full story. And you're finding out more, too, about the Wexler guy. Man, his money and the money that went to, flew around all over the world, went to Israel via Epstein, and just who wired him all those things? Again, all fair questions to ask, right? Big time. Should have asked it long ago when Trump had him in custody before he slipped wherever he slipped and fell and broke his neck. Should have been asking those questions right then and there. So, and I know that she's trying to get out of jail again. So, if you want to get to the real bottom of this, you know who you need? 50 Cent.
Yeah.
50 Cent. 50 Cent will get to the bottom of this. That whole thing with Diddy, 50 Cent. 50 Cent went and bought all of the stuff. Diddy filmed all of this stuff and then didn't pay, and Diddy went and paid it and took it and did a documentary. Do not get on 50 Cent's bad side. Ja Rule. Who? Exactly.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster.
That's what
Cookie.
Josh sounds like when he raps. Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Didn't he was part of that whole thing with the Fire Island, right? Or the Fire Festival or whatever it was?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And he's got a new one, that Billy McFarland guy. It's like Phoenix. That's what it's called, Club Phoenix or whatever. That went over like a fart in an elevator. What do you mean you can't get anybody awesome to come play with you? No way. Oh, my Lord. Last night in Indiana, the Hoosiers said no to redistricting. And it wasn't close either.
Lawmakers in Deep Red, Indiana, rebuking pressure from the president, rejecting a redrawn congressional map that would have likely netted Republicans 2 congressional seats next year. Some lawmakers saying they received anonymous threats before the vote.
Yeah, and they're like, no, nobody got threats. This is Jean Lessing. She is one of the lawmakers there who had enough, even though she likes Trump.
I voted for him 3 times. I like a lot of the things he's done. I didn't like this. Why would I cave to what I would tell you is bullying? You wouldn't change minds by being mean. And the efforts were mean-spirited. In Indiana, we're not going to be intimidated. We're strong people.
They've got some problems. And I think the Republicans are starting to realize that. And there's some issues there. The healthcare one is going to be a big issue because their new plan, which is don't get sick, is not a good plan. Hey, doc, my arm hurts when I do that. Don't do that.
Cover your cough and wash your hands.
That's it. Don't get sick.
And
That's
don't
Mike
get old
Johnson.
either.
That's Mike Johnson's plan. Don't get sick.
Get old.
They've got no plan. They've got no plan. And then Thune allowed them to bring the Democrats to bring the vote to the floor to not extend the subsidies for 3 years, which, outshuffled, the old guy there, Schumer, and he comes out and, he's got a few tricks still left up his sleeve. And that was one where they're going to go, well, it's theirs now. We tried. And whether they like it or not, it is theirs. And now what do you do with it? Yeah, it sucks. Obamacare sucks. We all agree. But you guys said you had a plan. You guys have heard that, right? I'm making it up. They said they had a plan? Somebody? Yeah. Trump said he had a plan, but then the plan went away. Trump said he wants to work with them.
Said he had the concept of a plan.
Well, he said he had a concept. The Republicans have said they said they've had a plan since 2011. Since December of 2011, they've had a plan formulated.
Well, they can't let you know what it is. You'll spill the beans.
You know why? Because we're trying to get it patented. This kind of plan it is. This is Don Bacon.
All these folks are going to go back home, and you're going to have to look voters in the eye and say we've done nothing while their premiums are going up like $2,000 a month. It's not going to happen. The reality is going to hit here. To me, it's just basic reality. We need a short-term extension, and then let's talk about some deeper reforms.
The speaker seems dead set against this, though.
Because what he's hearing from a lot of folks, hey, we didn't vote for ACA, we didn't vote for the IRA, this is a Democrat problem, but we're in charge.
How bad do you think this will be for Republicans if you do not extend these subsidies?
I think it will be used like a sledgehammer on us a year from now. The reality will be bad.
Yeah. It's going to be bad. I mean, I don't, if you had a plan, you would have released it by now. And I think Trump is realizing, okay, you know what? We're going to have to, because he said, hey, the Democrats are willing to work with us. The best thing to do is extend it for another year. Because if Mike Johnson doesn't, he's already, you watch, they're expecting at least 20 for sure to retire. I wouldn't be surprised if you see another 10, 15, 20, who knows how many, who say, well, I don't want to get, we're going to get boat raced and I don't want to be a part of that. So just extend it for a year. Put that, that drop dead date by July 1st, we will have a plan. And kick everybody out of the room outside of the people that actually are the adults. Not the people that want to go in front of the cameras and get likes and get the clicks and the shares and all that stuff and want to get the people from the Ways and Means Committee, the people that are absolutely certain that they want to do something and say, leave the labels there. What are we going to do to bring down cost and get the middleman out of this nightmare, this just spaghetti of, it's just all, it pisses me off. Think about this. When we were younger, you go to the doctor, you just go to your doctor. Pay out of pocket, maybe you had insurance for again, if you did. But there wasn't 700 different pieces of paper going back and forth. It's like, okay, I got to put this in, then we got to go over here to the insurance codes, and we got to put this in, and this has got to go over here, then she's got to put that in, then they got to file it, they send it off to insurance, and then we're so far away. Then you've got the thing that we should get rid of is the pharmacy middlemen. They're the worst. The managers, oh, God, we've got to do better. We do. As Republicans, as Democrats, as Americans. But you're the one who's going to be saddled with it. And they'll say, well, it's the Democrats' fault. Once again, you're the one in power. You're the one in power. So people are looking for you to solve the problem. And I don't think, like I said, Mike Johnson seems pretty like, you know what? I'm not worried about it. I got this. And if you're in a super area that's super red, you don't care. You don't care. But imagine you only need a few to flip Congress. You have gotten kind of surprising results in some elections, and the most surprising was what happened in Miami this week. For the first time in 31 years, you've got a Democrat as the mayor.
Was it that communist lady?
No, it was not. It was not.
I mean, she didn't win by telling people Castro was great.
She did not win. She didn't. She didn't win. She tried, but it didn't work. It didn't work. But you've got a mayor where you had Ron DeSantis, you had Ted Cruz, you had Trump, you had so many people get behind this dude to try to get him over the line, and Miami said no. In a place that's full of people who are from Venezuela, who are Cuban descendants and from Cuba, and they're frustrated. They are. Oh, man. All right. We're going to talk a little bit later about Venezuela because the new one, they're trying on for size. Remember, they're workshopping it, right? Like as we're workshopping it, it's not totally ready for prime time. But we think we know the real reason, and it is kind of bananas. It is a little banana-y. We got more on finally, the coach of Michigan had his day in court, and we're learning more. And I just got other news too about that, Ken. We'll see if you've got it in yours, and if maybe I got it, maybe you got it. Some other stuff, and there's a lot of conspiracies around this because, of course, there is, darling. Because there's conspiracies for everything.
Who'd he vote for?
Who'd he vote for? You're right. You're right. Who did he vote for? We need to find that out. 100%. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. We're gonna. Shame. You should have known better. We have that and so much more coming up. Chad Benson Show. All right, here's the latest. In the conspiracies that she was a plant, Paige Shiver, who was supposedly the mistress of football coach Moore at University of Michigan, and that she was pregnant at one time. Yeah. Touchdown.
Football.
Football. Oh, goodness me. Just... And there's the conditions on his thing. How about don't go kill people or yourself and stay away from her?
Now you're asking a bit much.
You would think nobody. Where's your buddies and pals? Where's that friend though that should have been there going, dude, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing?
Well, you don't know that there wasn't somebody who was talking to him like that, and he just ignored it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Although, man, it's one of those sports too, though. You're like, well, if he goes sideways, I'm going to move up.
That's true.
Or if he goes sideways, I don't want to go sideways with him.
Oh my God! Wow, it's so horrible. But if she was pregnant, could you imagine that? It just gets like everything gets worse. And the stalking, I didn't even like. I'm surprised that they let this go on this long. I am surprised. And watch, we're going to find out there was probably police reports and stuff. And you're like, Michigan's like, well, we couldn't. We were playing, we're getting ready to play so-and-so. We couldn't take him off the field.
Can't have this distraction during a game.
No doubt. Goodness me. So, and you're out, and you lose all that money. And by the way, he's making, for the average person, he's making ridiculous money. Most people don't make in a couple of years what he makes in a month. It is nothing compared to what he was going to make if he continued. What did Lane Kiffin get? Almost $100 million?
I can't
Over
remember.
7 years?
Probably.
Good God. That's, and this is Michigan. Money's not that's not an obstacle. We got money. All the money you need. We have the big house. It's very big. Very, very big.
We don't write checks. We just back a truck up to your front porch and dump gold out of it.
Dump it right on top of you. And now you've ruined it all. You've ruined it all. You're going to run a tire store somewhere, hope this dies down over the years?
Well, you better hope he has a good divorce lawyer so he can keep as much of his money as he can. So when he gets out of prison, he's still got something to live on.
He'll probably never spend a day in prison.
Yeah, he may not go to prison.
But still, and the thing is, too, is it Manuel, who was the athletic director, Ward Manuel or whatever?
Yeah, Ward Manuel.
They said, oh, yeah, we knew about his mental health battles. So you knew he was doing these things, potentially knew he was stalking this girl, and you knew he was unstable, but you wanted to make sure you guys could fire him for cause. Well, we had to write him up. We had to give him a PIP. What are those performance improvement plans? We had to give him a PIP to make sure he was okay. Goodness. Goodness, I say. Goodness. So, welcome to the big house. That's right. I know Bobby Paterno said, hold my beer. If you don't know who Bobby Paterno is, he's had fun. Didn't he get into a motorcycle? He got into a motorcycle wreck with like a co-ed.
Yeah.
Like an assistant, not even an assistant, like a teaching assistant or something. And what's he doing now? Oh, he's coaching football. Because?
He didn't try to kill himself.
He didn't try to kill himself. He did something stupid. He didn't do something illegal.
He didn't go off the deep end.
No. Because that's what he said. He wanted to kill himself in front of her.
Yeah. My blood is on your hands is what he allegedly told her.
Good.
Or it's about to be anyway.
That is just, how frightening is that?
Apparently he was going to do it with knives.
Yeah, that's a tough way.
That's a tough way to off yourself.
You're not going quick in that direction. You were talking about, Ken and I were talking about how long it takes to strangle somebody earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, like going back to that poor girl that was murdered on that cruise ship.
Yes.
Strangulation, man. In the movies, it takes about 15 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. No, it doesn't.
When I was at Geffen, I worked with Elliott Smith, and when we got word that he had committed suicide by stabbing himself, I was like, how can you even do that? How is that possible?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's very personal, but stabbing yourself.
In the chest.
Yeah. Like, when Kurt Cobain shot himself. I mean, you shot yourself in the chest.
Yeah, but that's almost instantaneous death.
That's not as instantaneous as you think. I see why, like, Junior Seau, when he committed suicide, the football player, why he did it, because he wanted his brain to be studied for CTE. But it's, again, the stabbing yourself. Good. Not even trying to, do the wrist thing. You're stabbing yourself. Oof.
There's a lot of pain involved with that.
Yeah, I feel like that. That's not really a cry for help when you're doing something like that. when you're going all, what do they call it? With
Mental?
The Japanese?
Seppuku.
Seppuku, yeah. We need to do that. Coming up, the United States, we're apparently, we know who has the WMDs. I'm not lying.
And we have the perfect track record on that. So
So
don't
good
doubt
at
us.
this, guys. We are so good at this. Talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 997. Somebody's all shut up talking about the coach guy. There's more important things to talk about. What would you like to talk about?
Cartoons.
Hey, speaking of that nerd, did you see the trailer for Supergirl?
Supergirl, yeah, I did.
And I talked to my nerdy uncle about it. And I said, nerdy uncle, Paul. He goes, no, it's good. He goes, she is drunk. And in the cartoon that they're going with, in the comic they're going off of, it's not like Superman. She's a drunk.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible choice. And I know the series they're using, the arc that they're using for the movie, and it's just, it pollutes the history of the character.
What happens to her that she has a drinking problem?
Her entire planet blows up and she loses her family.
Well, she's like, is that her uncle or her brother? What is that?
Cousin. Superman's her cousin.
And she's got the dog.
Yeah.
He pees everywhere.
Yeah.
Sell that. But I find it weird.
And her response is, oh, you got most of it on the paper this time. Good boy.
I find it weird, though, that alcohol would affect her.
Well, she has to go to other planets where they don't have a yellow sun.
Oh, to get drunk.
Right.
I see. Oh, there you go. See, I don't even know. That's why you're here.
Who plays her?
I can't remember her name.
Some girl.
Same girl that did it in the movie.
Okay. See, I was like, I didn't recognize her. But I like the part where that one girl's asking her about Superman ain't he good. She goes, yeah, he's my cousin. He sees the good in everybody, and I see the truth. Oh, see? She's like House. Everybody lies. Everybody lies. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nobody lies. Speaking of that, so the Republicans, right? A lot of you out there are very excited about, they got all the drugs, all the fentanyl in Venezuela. It's all happening in Venezuela. It's all of the oh, wait, there's none. Some of the coke. They've got the gangs. We're going because of the gangs and the 20. Their cocaine is so bad it kills everybody. And then it was about the ships. They got these ships, and they're smuggling things on there. Oh, and we got it.
They've yet to stop and go, is any of this sticking?
Yeah. Are you guys liking this? We're workshopping these. You know what it reminds me of? It's almost like there are a whole bunch of them in a room, and they're doing improv. All right, give me a place. Venezuela. So the latest one is...
It's like they're in a focus group.
That's what it is. That's how we got the Iraq War. Frank Luntz, the pollster, did several focus groups to ask people questions about what do you think of this? What do you think of that? So they could workshop the idea and tell it to the American people. Well, Republican Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart from Florida, he thinks that Vladimir Putin has given Venezuela nuclear devices and believes that they have nuclear weapons. Okay, stay with me, guys. Have you guys heard this before? WMDs in a country led by a dictator who has dark hair and a mustache. Has anybody heard this before? Anyone? No, but he's got dark hair.
But it worked before.
He's got a big mustache. Anybody? Not the little mustache, the big mustache. and he's got WMDs. Yeah, he doesn't have WMDs. First of all,
You don't even have food.
no doubt. The people say, oh, well, he could. No, you know why he can't? Because all of the other South American countries know what would be coming if he snuck some of that in. They understand how close we were to nuclear war with Cuba. Everybody understands it. So that was never going to happen. But to try to sell this again to the American people, if people buy this, let's just say, just come out, right? You say stuff all the time. Just come out, Trump. We want the oils. We want the minerals. That's what we want. This guy's a jerk. We want that, and we want him gone. The problem is going to be, as they sanctioned more of his family and stuff today, and more of his lieutenants and all these things, is what they're offering, or they tried to offer him, was for him. So do you think for a second that the people that are close by him, who probably have a good grip on the military as well, are going to let him potentially escape, and they're going to be holding the bag? That's never going to happen. So what happens? Then it devolves into civil war, and it's already starting to look ugly over there. Saw that today. There's some protests out there, but they're all kind of hungry, so they don't really throw things very far.
They can't waste too much cardboard because that's what they're eating.
Yeah. Is that a shoe? Oh, I'm hungry for a shoe. We have all the oil in the world, but nobody can buy any of it from
Cut
us.
the tips off the laces, please.
Yes, you don't want that. It just gets me GERD. You don't want the GERD, people. You don't want the GERD. You don't. Oh, I love this. Sally said, weapons of mass deception. You're making yourself out to be a total ass. Here we go. This is a good one. Here we go, guys. This is George Bush. You must be freaking equal time because that's all I've heard from you. There's an effing in war with the cartels that have that's been kept from this country. Why don't you go back to England before they fail? I'm not English. You're a dumbass. I'm not that either. You think you know everything. I don't. Typical of American apologies to go to Europe, play football. When I tune in and realize that you're on, I go to the stupid, I switch to 1510. Do it, baby. Switch. What's our favorite saying? Your booze mean nothing because?
We see what you cheer for.
Exactly. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. God bless you. I wish you all the best. Okay,
I just don't understand why people get so upset because the American government has such a wonderful track record of being honest with the American people.
Yeah, by the way, you're buying everything they're selling. That is awesome.
And you're paying for it with your tax dollars.
Yeah. That right there is huge. You're paying with your tax dollars. How did this go in any of the places we've done this? First of all, Libya, that went really well. We always forget about Libya. We forget about how great that went. Then you've got, of course, Afghanistan. That went well. And then, of course, for those of you who don't know, we're still in Iraq, right? We still got some stuff going on there. So we haven't done a great job at this and still looking for those weapons of mass destruction. And to say that, well, we're at war with the cartels. If we're really at war with real cartels, why did we release a guy from Honduras that actually was with those cartels?
Is that the head of state that he pardoned?
Yes. Yeah, that guy, by the way, Juan Orlando Hernandez, he worked with the Sinaloa cartel. That's a real cartel. Like this over here, nothing comparatively. And they're the ones with all the fentanyl, and they're the ones on our border. So that's what I think of that. Wah, wah. Hey, Ken. If you're alive.
Yes, sir.
The TPUSA, a couple of people have asked, is that the backing? Is the state backing that thing?
I don't know if the state is backing or if they are just supporting. But according to Josh Tifo, who is the senior director of TPUSA here in Nashville, there will be protection for students who want to start these Club America clubs from any backlash that might come from any school administrator.
Okay.
So I have not seen the details on this. From what I understand, it is just that Governor Lee and other dignitaries, I think maybe Senator Blackburn was there today too for the announcement, just there for support.
Yeah, because I was looking at some of it. It really didn't. It didn't say that it did, but it feels like they're really making sure it's going to be in every school. Which, whatever. It's a club, and it didn't say if it was going to be after school or during school. Like if they have like a lunch thing you can go to.
I have no idea.
I prefer brunch, but lunch is good too. I don't know, but that's it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, and there's going to be lawsuits, but you know what else? As Bell said, there's also going to be people that are going to say, okay, fine, I'm going to throw my club into the ring, and it's going to be some wacky club just so I can get people pissed off. But then you can't, as a club, go, well, they can't be here. No, you can't be here. No, you can't be here. You should be here. You can't be here. So, because we already had the Satan Club at Memphis. Is that still going?
I have no idea.
Bell, I was talking to Bell because I feel
we had to suspend it because we ran out of funds.
You ran out of funds. People thought Bell really did lead the Satan Club. Bell doesn't like Satan.
He just baked cookies for them.
I know I'm sarcastic to the nth degree, but why are people so gullible?
Why are people so gullible? That's a good one. That is a good one. You know what? I think it's because, they're echo chambered. They're echo chambered in so many of these things. So when you joke about something like that, next thing you know, they really think, oh, he probably is. And
which is fine by me, I guess.
And that's how you start a cult.
I don't have the money for the tracksuits right now.
Would you be a tracksuit cult?
Well, don't you kind of have to be these days?
Yeah, you want to stand out. I want everybody to look the same. If we're going to do this, I want us to be uniformed. I want home and away jerseys.
Definitely. And then special ones for when it's time to
ascend?
To ascend and behind the comet.
To the next plane.
I want the tracksuits like the Russian mobsters in the series Barry wore.
Yeah, those are good tracksuits.
That show cracks me up, man.
That's a good tracksuit right there.
Yeah.
That's a good track. I mean,
I got the stripes, coming up the outside of the legs.
Got
and the
that
arms.
70s, 60s feel. You say to yourself, hey, look, I could be a hitman, but I also could go for a jog.
Right.
At any given time.
I could shoot you while I'm going for a jog.
That's right. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it does. All right. Coming up, Steven Spielberg's got a new movie coming out, and people are saying, is there real stuff in this? Wait till you hear this real stuff they're talking about. Among other things, that we don't mess with Steven.
What was I just saying about gullible?
It was a tease, dude.
No.
Steven Spielberg or Seagal?
No, Steven Seagal is the real thing.
I was getting ready to say.
You guys know that, right? Steven Seagal is the real thing.
And he was a Jefferson Parish.
If I had to have somebody actually fight diabetes, it would be Steven Seagal. It's a Jeff Benson show. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So Spielberg's got a new movie coming out. And it's about aliens. They gave him unprecedented access to just about all the files. And all will be, they say, disclosed. And then it's supposed to be something that is, this is going to change everything. People say it's coming in June. I've heard that a lot. Oh, it's coming in June. It's coming. You know what? This is the way I feel. It'll get here when it gets here. It will at this point. But I do find it interesting that they gave him unprecedented access. Because if you're going to have somebody tell a story, because nobody believed James Cameron because his effects are so good.
Did they give him unfettered access, or did the marketing department just say they did?
No, I think that's the kind. If you were to want to tell that story and get it to the people, you'd want to go to Spielberg. Like, who's the director everybody believes the most? Not Woody Allen. James Cameron. I mean, God, I've seen the trailer for his new one. What's it called? Fire and Fish or Ice and Air, whatever that's called.
Fire and Ash.
Yeah, that's the one. It's just a video game. It's everything that Bell says it is. It's just a big, giant concept trailer. But if you were to do something where you wanted the American people and probably the world to know, and you were going to go, we're going to get an entertainment or honors, we're going to get somebody out there that can direct it and put it out there. Yeah, I would do Spielberg. He'd be the one. You don't want some weird concept director. Give it to Brian. Was it Paul Anderson who does all those wacky movies?
I'd like to see Quentin Tarantino do a film about aliens.
Well, these aliens say the N-word a lot.
I have it on good authority that the aliens in this movie, they'll have a little index fingers that light up.
Oh, do they? See what they did there? See? He went right for the found harm. Found harm. The only thing, he liked Reese's Pieces, so that was a win.
That was
the best win for the whole thing. Found harm.
M&M's turned them down.
They did?
They went to M&M's first, and M&M's didn't want to pay the marketing fee, and then went to Reese's Pieces, and they're like, we're in.
Yeah. And who do you think, which ones do you like better? I have always liked Reese's Pieces better, but I like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. M&M's, but Reese's absolutely wins. And those little trees, I bring a tree in almost every single day for our good friend Ken.
Yeah, I miss those little trees.
Yeah, well, there's more on Monday. I couldn't find them today. That's how I had to bring you just the regular old peanut butter cup.
I like the original. They're just fine. And I appreciate it, Brother Chad.
Yeah, it's good. Tasty, baby. Tasty.
They're the best. There's no better candy bar.
No, there isn't. My family, they went and saw that Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, yeah.
That is the biggest, in Rotten Tomatoes history now, it is the biggest gap between audience and critic.
Really?
Yeah. And they're going to make a third one. Why is that? Because the only thing that matters is the audience, because they're paying.
Well, it's 5 nights at Freddy's, so you got to do one for each night.
That's right.
That's why you're there. That's why.
My son has all of those characters.
Yeah, those characters we've got some of those too. A Christian guy put those things together. It's a Christian artist put that together and made that game. All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.